Welcome to Cory's Stories. Are you ready to meditate with Cory?
Hi, my friend. I wanted to just jump in for a quick minute just before you listen to your story and say, if you love Heidi and Cherry and you love Tucker and Leo and you think you would like to be in one of their clubs, go to the link below my video and you can join the Cat Club or the Tucker and Leo Club, or you can join both the clubs called Raining Cats and Dogs. It's a club where you get 3 or 5 or 2 exclusive stories every month that are sent to you, and you get to have your name mentioned in those stories. If that's something that you want, then talk to your guardians, your mom, your dad, your auntie, your grandma, whoever it is that helps to take care of you, and ask them if you can join the cat club or the dog club. Okay, enjoy my story. I love you so much. Bye. Bye.
Are you ready to meditate with Cory? Climb up into your bed and get super comfortable. Make sure that everything is just right in your room. Your light is just right. You're wearing your comfortable pajamas. And you can relax your body as you listen to the story. Heidi, Cherry, Vaya, Tucker, Leo, Mr. Kitty, Poe, Sasha, everyone was hanging out at Tucker and Leo's house. It had been such a long time since they'd all had the opportunity to get together. Sasha was in town, so Leo was really happy. Mr. Kitty was coming to visit, so Vaya was super happy. Poe was away from his escapades, so Heidi was super happy. Cherry, Tucker, life was good. Cherry said, You know what I've always wanted to do, right? I've always wanted to do it. I've always wanted to carve a pumpkin.
Tucker said, "Oh, Cherry, yeah, me too. I like to eat pumpkins, I like to eat pumpkins. Pumpkins taste nice. There was one time, right, where I ate almost a whole pumpkin, and oh my goodness gracious me, it did not suit my tummy at all. The whole of the back garden was covered in bright orange poops."
Cherry said, OMG, Tucker. TMI. Too much information.
And then they both started laughing. Heidi said, I've always wanted to do that. That would be really fun. Leo said, I'm not sure. There's something about those seeds and all that stringy stuff and everything inside of a pumpkin. Yeah, I bet you any money my paws would flare up. Vaya said, I would really like it. I would like to be able to carve a pumpkin, but I'm not sure if my muscles are big enough because I've seen videos of people carving pumpkins and it looks like it would be really, really difficult. Very, very much like hard work unless you had a super, super, super sharp knife. Mr. Kitty said, Oh, you could do it. You'd be able to do it. I think I could definitely do it. Poe said, I wonder what it's like carving pumpkins as humans.
Tucker said, Oh, well, Poe, I do happen to have something that could make that happen right now in this moment.
Cherry started laughing.
OMG! Yeah! Come on, guys, let's do it. Let's carve us pumpkins.
Tucker said,
Oh, I'm on it. Give me a minute.
Tucker went bounding through the dog door onto the back garden. It was quite late in the evening, so the sun had already gone down, but luckily it was a bright, full moon up in the sky. He went over to his Buddha statue. dug up his stone, and then held it up to the moon.
Oh, come on, please work, stone, please work.
The stone was covered in dirt. It had been raining the day before, so Tucker pulled down the stone and rubbed it all over his fur and then held it back up to the light of the moon. The light started to shine through the stone, and the white opal stone got brighter and brighter. The golden veins that ran through the stone started to light up one by one, and then his magical angel appeared in the stone, her smiling face looking down at him. You get one wish. Just one wish, she said.
Oh, you know me, and it happens to be October, and you know my lovely angel, you know what we're going to do. This time we're going to be humans, and we're going to carve pumpkins. We're going to carve pumpkins, my angel. So if you could, please, make me and all of my friends into humans one more time.
Before Tucker even got back in the house, everyone was already stood around the kitchen island in their human form. Tucker was wearing black jeans and an oversized black t-shirt that had a skull in the middle of it that was like a white embroidered skull. He also had a black hat on, like a baseball cap but backwards. His long, black, shiny hair was over his eyes a little bit, and he shook his head and flicked it to the side, his super cool hair move that he does. Cherry was wearing a black dress, and it had black netting underneath it, so it stood out. She was wearing black plastic bangles and black cat ears. Vaya was wearing silver. She had on silver trousers and a silver glittery kind of t-shirt that also had a ghost imprinted on the front of it. It was one of those glittery ones that you can slide up and down and it changes. She also had a silver headband on, and she had her hair in 2 ponytails. She looked super, super cute. Heidi was wearing a purple sweatshirt and some black skinny jeans, and she was wearing purple glasses. Poe happened to be wearing a purple sweatshirt, but he was wearing normal denim jeans, but he had on some black Vans. Leo was wearing green. He was wearing a green sweatshirt, and he had some khaki green cargo pants on. His green sweatshirt, though, did have a tiny, tiny little picture of a bat over on the left side of his chest. It was a little bit Halloween-y. Not too much, just a little bit. And Sasha was wearing red. It was a dress that she was wearing. It was bright red, and it had black dots all over it. And she had a black bow in her ponytail. Everyone looked awesome. OMG, said Cherry. I'm really excited about this. They were all stood around the kitchen island, each one of them with a pumpkin, just happened to be magically in front of them. Down the middle of the island were lots of different knives, choppers, little sawers, all different implements that you would use to carve pumpkins, basically. The kitchen island had been covered in newspaper, so they could make as much mess as they wanted. Heidi said, What shall we make? Like, what picture are you going to do? Poe said, I was thinking about doing Einstein. What? Said Heidi. That's a bit intricate. How on earth are you going to make your pumpkin look like Einstein? Oh, Poe said, I think I can do it. Cherry said, I'm going to make mine a bat. It's going to be like a scary bat. Vaya said, I think that mine is going to be the Queen Mother. Yes, I'd like to make the Queen Mother's face on my pumpkin. Sasha said that she was going to make a skull on hers. Tucker said that he was just going to do a traditional pumpkin face, but he was going to use the seeds and the stringy parts to look like it was spewing its guts up. When he said that, I thought it was really funny and he laughed a lot. Cherry laughed with him because, Cherry. Leo said that he was thinking about trying to make all the different phases of the moon, like a full moon or a crescent moon or a half moon or something to do with moons, he said. Mr. Kitty, by the way, was wearing a black crew neck sweater and black trousers. He looked quite suave. He said that he was going to make a pumpkin that had Vaya's face on it. Vaya blushed. Oh my, that's going to be quite difficult, she said. D'Angelo said, yeah, well, I think I can do it. Cherry said, OMG, how about this, right? How about this? Because I know we've all got like our own ideas and everything, and I think it's a really good idea and all that to like express ourselves like that, but how funny would it be if we all tried to do our own face on our pumpkin? How funny would that be? Can you imagine? Let's just all try and do like a portrait of ourselves on our pumpkin. Tucker said, I think that's a great idea. I'm in. Everybody basically had the same consensus that they were all in on the idea because they thought it was all a good idea. Everybody did. Yeah, it's going to be challenging, but it's going to be so funny. It's going to be really funny. So that's what they did. They got to work on their pumpkins. They literally, I'm not kidding, literally spent 3 hours carving their pumpkins. It was almost 9:30 by the time they'd finished. Looking around the room at them, it was quite interesting to watch. The concentration on their face. They were playing Halloween music in the background, so that was fun. At one point, Tucker started dancing. He asked Cherry if she wanted to dance, and she said yeah, and they were spinning each other all over the place. And then they got back to pumpkin carving. Mr. Kitty, D'Angelo, said that he really was enjoying spending Halloween with Vaya. And Vaya said, yes, yeah, I like this too. It's really nice. Poe was so focused. He got his tongue sticking out. He was frowning. Heidi's glasses kept sliding down her nose. She was so sweaty, so intense, so focused. She was perspiring. Everyone wanted to do a good job. Everyone wanted to have the best pumpkin. Mine's going to be the best, said Cherry, because I'm just awesome like that. Tucker said, yeah, we'll see. Leo was so quiet, so focused. He didn't talk to anybody. He was just in there, trying to make the best portrait of himself he could possibly do. Cherry said, all right, before we show anyone as portraits, before we show anyone as pumpkins, this is what we have to do. I'm going to count to 3. And when I count to 3, you're going to spin your pumpkin round to face away from you so that everybody around the kitchen island can see your pumpkin. And then we can all look at each other's pumpkins. And then we can decide whose is the best. Everyone agreed that they could do that for sure, definitely. Let's do it. Tucker said, I'm going to count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Everyone spun round the pumpkins. Well, oh my gosh, well, what can I say? They all could not stop laughing. Carving a pumpkin is harder than what they thought, obviously, because these pumpkins did not look like any of them. They'd put 3 hours of work into the pumpkins, and they were still as if a kindergartner had made them. They were so funny. Their eyes were slightly lopsided. Cherry's lips were absolutely hilarious. Vaya had trouble with the carving, and one of her eyes had collapsed into her face. She looked like she'd been run over by a car. Oh my gosh, it was just the funniest thing ever. Poe's was actually very, very good, and Leo's was very, very good. D'Angelo's, Mr. Kitty's, well, it wasn't that great. Sorry, D'Angelo. It was quite funny. Absolutely none of them looked like any of them. Thank goodness they didn't look like the pumpkins. They laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed. Cherry said she was going to pee herself. Tucker said, please don't. They laughed some more and laughed some more. We have to pick a winner, said Cherry. Vaya said, oh my gosh, I know it's definitely not me. And then everybody started laughing again. It was just the funniest thing in the world. Eventually, though, they decided that Poe's was the best. Poe made a very dramatic bow as if he was on stage. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much, he kept saying. Mr. Kitty, D'Angelo, wasn't too impressed with the fact that Poe had won. Not at all. But he wasn't a sore loser. The rest of the night, which wasn't too long because it was quite late, they all just hung out in the kitchen. They ate cookies and drank glasses of milk and just chatted and chatted and chatted and enjoyed each other's company. Leo had the bestest conversation with Sasha. D'Angelo and Vaya hung out together and talked and talked and talked. Cherry and Tucker laughed and laughed and laughed. And Poe and Heidi talked drama, talked Einstein, talked math equations. You name it. You know what those two are like together. Until, eventually, it was time for them to all go home. When everybody left, Tucker and Leo brushed their teeth, got ready for bed, and then slumped down on the big, comfortable dog bed. Tucker snuggled into Leo. They barely talked. They were tired. It was late, and it was an awesome, amazing evening with all of their friends. The cup was definitely full. They really enjoyed being human sometimes. It was the bestest thing in the world. The end.